So you have just clicked the Get Your Chart button, and you end up on this page. So let's see here. Let's put my chart in here. So I'm going to put Windstorm, 28 March 1981. Now, I was born at 2:43 in the afternoon, so 2:43 p.m., but this is a 24-hour chart. This is 24-hour military time, so I'm going to put 14:43. And then I was born Chesterfield, Chesterfield, Missouri, and calculate. So this is what you will get. Now let's first go over how this whole section here is calculated. Now there is a wheel of the zodiac with all the planets. See, these are the planets right here. Depending on your alignment and where your planets were at on your zodiac chart, there are a number of gates that will be activated based on placement. If you go to check out our Decode Yourself course, we go over all of this information in the multiple modules that we have in there. So stay tuned for when that comes out. So let's first talk about, if you don't know astrology and you don't know what planets are, if you don't know what these symbols here on the right and the left, same planet, same symbols. So let's first just go over that. So we have the sun, the earth, moon, north node, south node. These two are not actually planets. They are mathematical locations on the moon. Also, we have Mercury here, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Oh, and another thing about the chart. So this is your personality. This is the area that is black that you have conscious access to. This is the part that is based on your time, exact time of your birth. On the day that you were born, you left your mother's womb. This is this area right here. Now, if you're wondering what this is 3 months prior to your birth. We actually get like a little bit of a bonus here. This is when your soul jumped into the body and started working in that realm. This is calculated 88 days prior to this. So even if like you're saying, oh, I was premature, oh, I was late, it doesn't really matter. It's just this is just dependent on when your time was calculated in the day that you came out. Okay, so let's go look over here. Now, one of the main things that you will see in human design literature and information is that you have a specific type. And this is the overall signature in these whole sections right here. Type, strategy, signature, not self-theme, is all very specific to your type. And there are 5 types. I am a projector, but then there's also a generator, a manifesting generator, a manifestor, and a reflector. The generators, the manifesting generator, and the generator, you guys wait to respond. You have the signature of satisfaction. You also have a not self theme, or your shadow self characteristics is what we like to call it at Holistic Human Design. We call it shadow self, and that would be, in your case, frustration. For the manifestor, it would be anger. For the reflector, disappointment. So the signatures of what you know that you are in alignment is you feel a sense of, for the generators, manifesting generators and pure generators, it would be a sense of satisfaction. Now, as a projector, it would be success. Now, language is limiting, so don't get hung up on the words per se. It's just kind of an overall theme. It's like a general, overall encompassing thing that we've noticed. It's really ironic. I've definitely noticed generators, when they are living in alignment, they do use the word, well, how do you feel about that? And they say satisfied. I'm like, wow, you're using the actual word that is in human design. I've noticed that multiple times. It's really fascinating. So this theme, the strategy, so you'll notice like, generators wait to respond, manifestors inform, reflectors wait 28 days. Now, reflectors, you guys are only 1%. So if you're a reflector and you're watching this and you realize that you're a reflector, we have a lot more information on that in our private community. Definitely check out our Mighty Networks. There are several links on this page that you can meet us over there. It's totally free. If you guys are interested for more information regarding all this, we have a ton of information in there. We love your questions, so please don't be shy. Come and hang out. We'd love to have you. We're going to talk about our inner authority next, because the type, strategy, and then the authority are like the two main prime things, because your inner authority, this is all body-centered decision making. All right. So you'll have emotional. Now, 50% of the population is emotional authority, which is this little guy over here. If you look at the chart, see where my circle is. Okay, this is the emotional center. 50% of the population is over here as an emotional authority. There's sacral authority. There is splenic authority. Ego manifested would be up through here. Ego projected would be right over here. Self-projected projector is like right around here. And then environment mental authority. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, you just said body awareness and then mental authority. And it's like, yes, you still make decisions with your body and the awareness that you get from your body and your senses, that then your mind configures and figures out in time that you make sense of things. And then there are definitely a lot of gifts and also challenges for every type of authority, every type of signature strategy. Nobody's perfect, right, you guys? We all have things to work on. We all have awarenesses to work out. This just gives you a blueprint of how you operate. Now, let's talk about profile. Okay, so I would be a 5-1 profile. Now, what does this mean? So here we have the 5-1 profile. So this is the conscious and the unconscious aspects. Now, these two definitely play out a role in your life. This is the costume that you wear so that other people will see you. People will see both of these aspects in you. So as you can see here, it's 5-5. So the sun and the earth. The sun and the earth are equal and opposite programming partners on the zodiac wheel. If you get our courses, you can check all that out. So you see the 5-5 is over here, it's the same, and the 1-1, it's over here and the same. And there are 12 different types and 12 different profiles, 12 different combinations of the profiles. If you're wondering what the decimal points are, so they are specifics of the hexagram lines. Now, each one of these numbers here is a gate. For example, so I have 18 a lot. 18 is found over here and it is a gate. So these numbers here correspond to each one of these gates. And if you have these activated in your chart, if you have these activated in your planet, they will then be reflected in your chart and then they'll be colored in. So these are all the activations. What I like to consider these as the grooves and the most common familiar themes that you will be activated, or that will be activated and familiar to with encoded in your DNA. Now the decimal points, each hexagram, so even if you just Google what an I Ching hexagram is, each hexagram has 6 lines. So there's lines 1 through 6. There's a lower trigram and an upper trigram. That is what these decimal points are over here. And now there are details and specifics within each of these lines that are all based on astrological, mathematical numbers that the founder, Ra'u was cosmically downloaded with from a voice in 1987, right before, like 6 months prior to the harmonic convergence of 1987 in August. He got this download a month before the supernova that was visible from South America at the time. You can all Google this. This is all Googleable information. The last thing that you will see here is your incarnation cross. The incarnation cross is literally your sun and earth gates. So as you can see here, see 1718. So 1718, sun and earth. 3839, sun and earth on the unconscious side. And this combination creates a specific combo that is the main focus and the main pivot point, the main drive in your life of like what you're here to do. There's a lot of information in your incarnation cross over here. It'll definitely illuminate a lot of information for you. As you can see, my cross of upheaval. Now, you might think like, oh my gosh, I got upheaval. But you know what? I have definitely learned to embrace my design, and I absolutely love my incarnation cross. Because before I knew human design, I was definitely like this little upheaval, stirring the pot kind of person. And I didn't even know why I did the things that I did, or I kind of felt like bad or shameful. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Like, why? And now it's kind of like, oh, this is me just living my design. Oh, this is what I literally came here to do. Oh my gosh, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. Oh my gosh, wow, amazing. I'm being validated for how and why and the mechanics of how I operate. Oh my gosh, this all makes total sense. Now I feel empowered from what was once like a shameful thing because it was unknown as to why this was the way that I was. Now it's kind of like, oh, how can I do this gracefully and knowing and honoring my design? And I have definitely found that in discovering the intricacies of this chart. Everything just makes sense. It clicks. So if you've gotten a lot out of this video, definitely come join us in our private community. You will also see the link below where you saw get your chart or underneath this video. Definitely come check us out over in our free community. We'd love to have you and answer any of your questions. Happy to help you all out there so that we can all become the best versions of ourselves and keep growing exponentially so we can all understand each other from a place of harmony and understanding and compassion and knowing each other in our totality and honoring each other's uniqueness. All right, guys, aloha.